Hiking gas electricity prices now will be suicidal, says FBCCI Businesses Demand Roadmap. Bangladesh on verge of collapse like Sri Lanka, won't join poll under Awami League regime, says BNP's Musharraf. EU stresses need of vibrant civil society, raises rights concerns in Bangladesh. Assalamu alaikum, Zawad Sharif here, welcoming you all to TV News. You've just heard the headlines and let's move on to the details. Bangladesh's Premier Association of Businesses has objected to the nation's energy regulator's plan to hike power prices and is seeking guidance from the body regarding its plans to raise prices over the next 20 years. Calling it a roadmap, the FBCCI says such guidance will attract foreign direct investment and help large businesses to plan for the future. The demand came amid a recommendation made by a technical committee of BERC to raise bulk electricity prices by 57.83% without fixing natural gas prices first. The recommendation drew ire from all quarters of the business community, blaming the pandemic and ongoing conflict in Ukraine as the main reasons for inflation. The FBCCI president warned that if the regulator eventually approves the proposal, it would only exacerbate the already skyrocketing inflation rate in the country.
আমি যদি 13 টাকার গ্যাসটাকে আমি যদি 23-28 টাকা করে দিই তাহলে তো স্বল্প গ্যাস থাকবে হয়তো, কিন্তু ইন্ডাস্ট্রি থাকবে না। এইটা আমাদেরকে বুঝতে হবে, কারণ এখন সারা পৃথিবী কিন্তু একটা অন্যরকম সিচুয়েশন আছে। এই অবস্থাতে আমার কাছে মনে হয় যারা এই প্রস্তাবগুলি নিয়ে কাজ করছেন তারা না বুঝে অথবা সরকারকে একটা বেকায়দা ফেলানোর জন্য করছেন কিনা আমি জানি না।
PNP senior leader Dr. Khandakar Musharraf Hussain has alleged that the economic situation in Bangladesh is bound to be like that of Sri Lanka as the current economy is collapsing. Addressing a memorial on former MP Nasiruddin Pintu, Dr. Musharraf urged the government to resign so next national election will be held under a neutral administration.
অর্থনৈতিক অবস্থা শ্রীলঙ্কার থেকে ভালো নয়। এখন পর্যন্ত চাপাবাজিতে এই সরকার আমাদের অর্থনীতি সঠিক আছে। তাহলে ডলারের দাম যে বেড়ে যাচ্ছে, 2 মাস আগে যে ডলার 82 টাকা ছিল এখন 102 টাকা, এটার জন্য দায়ী কে নিয়ন্ত্রণ করবে? অর্থাৎ কোনো কিছু কিন্তু আসলে নিয়ন্ত্রণ নেই। এই বর্তমান সরকার, এই স্বৈরাচারী ফ্যাসিবাদ, এই শেখ হাসিনার সরকার ক্ষমতায় থাকলে বাংলাদেশ জাতীয়তাবাদী দল সেই নির্বাচনে যাবে না।
The European Union stressed that a vibrant civil society is an important component of democracy, raised concerns on human rights situation in Bangladesh, and emphasized the need to ensure accountability for such violations. The EU also raised concerns regarding the issues of civic space and freedom of expression offline and online, notably in the framework of the Digital Security Act, noting that the importance for legislation and its implementation in this area not go beyond the stated purpose of fighting digital crime and be in line with international human rights obligations. The European Union and Bangladesh held the 10th Joint Commission meeting in Brussels in a constructive and open atmosphere, covering a wide range of issues of common interest. The EU and Bangladesh look forward to the first EU-Bangladesh political dialogue in Dhaka next month. Sylhet residents struggling with the worst flooding in a decade and a half may get some respite in a day or two as the water level has begun to go down. Heavy rains and the onrush from upstream had triggered floods that have damaged homes in several parts of the district and intensified food and drinking water crisis. According to a government agency which monitors flood situation won't worsen further as water levels are going down. At least 13 upuzelas have been flooded, forcing the authorities to open more than 300 shelters across the district. However, the flooding may worsen in the low-lying areas of Sunamganj in the next few days. Around 700 kilometers of 153 roads in Sylhet and Sunamganj have been submerged due to flood as the water of the river Shurma and Kushiara is still flowing above the danger level. Locals who have taken refuge in shelters said they have been facing a severe food and drinking water crisis as tube wells were flooded underwater and a 3-day power cut disrupted the supply. 3 people on a pickup van have died after their vehicle was rammed by a train at an unprotected level train crossing in Gazipur's Kaliganj. The accident occurred in the Nalchata area near Arikola rail station in the morning. The 11 Sindhu train was headed from Kishoreganj in Dhaka when it crashed head-on with a pickup van carrying palm fruit from Nagri at a rail crossing. 3 passengers on the pickup van were killed on the spot. A sub-inspector was killed in a road accident in Moloi Bazar. 8 others, including 5 police officials and 3 suspects, were injured in the crash that took place early today. Police said one of the wheels of the police pickup van carrying SI Chandra, other police officials, and 3 wanted suspects exploded and hit a tree on the way back from Uttarbagh Tea Garden in Rajnagar. When Chattogram city dwellers were suffering from hot weather with temperature of 34 degrees Celsius, an average for the last 1 week, sudden rains coupled with cold wind brought them relief this morning. But it was not same for everyone. Rain, which brought relief to many people, caused sufferings to many others. People living in low-lying areas in the port city had to bear the burn of waterlogging once again due to rain. Most of such areas were submerged underneath to waist-deep water, causing immense sufferings to people. Commuters also had to walk through filthy water overflowing from roadside drains. International news. Anthony Albanese is set to defeat Scott Morrison and become the next Australian Prime Minister. The Liberal National Coalition cannot form a minority government after the loss of key seats, spelling the end of Scott Morrison's time as Prime Minister. The result means Labour leader Anthony Albanese will be able to form a government, but has to wait for final results. The election is a referendum on Morrison, who has led Australia through a pandemic and natural disasters. Albanese campaigned for change, and the rising cost of living and climate change have dominated as 2 key issues for the voters. Sports news and its cricket. ICC Chairman Greg Barkley has arrived in Bangladesh. The BCB President will go to India to watch IPL playoff alongside with ACC and ICC members.
ফাইনালটা দেখতে যাবে সেই জন্য সে হয়তো ঠিক করেছে তো আমাদেরকে যেটা জানিয়েছে সে আমাদের সেকেন্ড টেস্ট প্রথম দিনটা দেখতে চায় সো সেই জন্য সে আসছে এন্ড উই আর ভেরি হ্যাপি যে বাংলাদেশে আসছে আইসিসির চেয়ারম্যান এটা তো আমাদের জন্য একটা খুব ভালো খবর কিন্তু এক্স্যাক্টলি আরও কিছু আছে কিনা আমি জানি না এসিসিরও আইসিসিরও অলমোস্ট অনেকেই যাচ্ছে সবাইকে ইনভাইট করা হয়েছে তো আমি এবার দেখছি যাচ্ছে এখন এই সময়টায় এটা নিয়ে কথা বলা আমার মনে হয় আমাদের উচিত হবে না যদি ওরা মনে করে ওরা পারবে না তখন ডেফিনেটলি যদি কেউ কন্টেন্ট করে ইট উইল বি বাংলাদেশ
Before ending, let's have a look on the headlines once again. Hiking gas electricity prices now will be suicidal, says BCCI businesses demand roadmap. Bangladesh on verge of collapse like Sri Lanka won't join poll under Awami League regime, says BNP's Musharraf. EU stresses need of vibrant civil society, raises rights concerns in Bangladesh. And that is all from the newsroom for now. To know updates and videos of this bulletin, please visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates of our NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shandar Khobor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us and have a good time.